weirdly hot outside.
I hate it.
I hate it. It's like overcast, hot. I'm wearing, like, I want to be wearing warm clothes, and then I come outside and I'm like, it's summer. It's like 80 degrees.
It's disgusting. And if this is a harbinger of the summer to come, we're out.
Down the hatches,
we're
girl.
out.
We are going underground.
Yeah. Because I feel like this is just a forecast of the hot, hot year ahead.
Is it usually this hot in February?
No.
Weird.
I think it means that we're going to roast this summer. We're going to be like marshmallows over the flame.
Do you think there'll be more fires?
Probably.
Damn.
I mean, there's always fires. It just depends on like how bad they are.
We have to go where it's cool, which is
nowhere.
The Northern Territories.
We have to go by the sea.
Yeah. Remember By the Sea? That was incredibly random.
I never saw it.
I saw it.
I've always meant to watch it, and then I just never found the time.
It was the worst movie in the world, and it was definitely, you were like, okay, this is a couple that's heading towards divorce.
Something was brewing.
Well, if they made that movie, then they were not right.
Okay, I gotta watch it because I feel like I can get down with a woman's yearning.
I mean, it was beautiful. And Melanie, who's that girl that was Shoshana? And
Melanie Laurent.
She was in it.
I like that.
Oh, I love her.
Wait, did you see Maria?
No. I keep seeing that clip of her going, it's like at the end and she's trying to sing and people are gathered outside and she's like,
oh, I haven't seen that clip even. I'm like, everyone just decided that Maria was a no for them. Like universally.
She did a lot of prep.
She prepped harder.
She
than
like
a man.
learned to sing opera.
She prepped harder than a gay for that role.
She did.
She did.
I do love Pablo Larraín's just tireless commitment to like wealthy women on the verge of death or like facing existential crisis. And I hope he continues.
But was it bad?
She was deeply anorexic, and I think
Maria was
dying of cancer.
Jolie.
Oh, was the movie bad?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but clips I've seen her, she's doing something.
I just am always interested when something that should be so hype is like,
yeah.
No one is even like talking about Maria. Like they didn't nominate her for anything, did they?
No, I think she got maybe a Golden Globe nomination if I'm correct. Probably wrong.
She got thrown like minimal bones for Maria.
Maria herself was like a wild figure. She married Onassis. Did you know that?
Oh.
Or they were together and that's how she got a lot of her fortune.
Oh, I love that.
And then she became a recluse in Paris and like she was heavier for a while. And I think that's what contributed to her like grandiosity, and her like powerful voice was just like she just was fully bodied. And I think, and then she became like horrifically anorexic and it was really sad. And she was always a huge gay icon. Like even back then, gays lined up around the block to see her.
Okay, I gotta watch. Maybe I need a Jolie film festival where I watch By the Sea and Maria. Like mid, but expensive and beautiful movies.
She is still otherworldly.
Angelina? Sure. I'm just luxuriating right now because I have mango all to myself and it's truly the best feeling in the world.
He's groomed. He's shiny. He smells like cherry almond.
He came to me. I didn't even force this.
He chose you.
He chose me today.
It's okay.
I'm living in fear that any second you'll take him back.
No, I'm not snatching.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I've reached a point where
You're comfortable.
I know that I'm his daddy, and that's all I have to.
Good.
And I know I can release him onto the world.
You have a quiet confidence about you.
Whenever I wear denim, I have quiet confidence.
I can tell.
This is real denim. This is Beth Dutton.
This is Wrangler.
This is Wrangler we're talking about. But it's too hot for Wrangler. It's
way
fucking
too
hot, guys. It's weird. I'm scared of LA right now. I'm scared of this. This is weather that makes me scared.
You should be scared. This is earthquake weather.
You're so right.
It is.
We're gonna have a quake,
whether we like it or not.
Oh my God, there is a thing of earthquake weather because has a relationship to the sun and solar activity. Did you know that? Earthquakes? when it's a little more toasty, they're on their way. This is a dark week. We've had a lot of celebrity deaths this week.
This is reminding me of the very tail end of 2015 when like every celebrity decided to die.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Debbie Reynolds.
David Bowie. He might have been
Michael.
Early. Yeah, it was like.
Remember that one Christmas season? It was Carrie Fisher, George Michael.
Everyone just went all at once.
Bowie in early 2016, then Prince.
Yeah.
They were like, we're getting out.
No, they jumped fucking ship.
Michelle Trachtenberg yesterday, we're recording this Thursday, so yesterday on Wednesday, the 26th of February, Michelle Trachtenberg died at 39. Very sad. I saw the news at first, and then the person who posted it, who is a reliable source, he was a journalist, he deleted it. So I was like, maybe it's a death hoax or something, and then I saw the Hollywood Reporter.
This
shook me.
This is hard, and it's also very random.
She was such a staple for, especially millennials. I feel like she was like our girl.
Harriet.
Pete and Pete.
Oh,
Nona.
Yeah.
Nona, I think.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
She was little Pete's best friend with the arm cast, remember?
Oh my God.
Nona. And Iggy Pop was her dad on the show, which is so random.
That's crazy. Nickelodeon really used to be avant-garde.
She was avant-garde. She did Harriet the Spy, which was so formative. We were talking about the trauma of Harriet's bullying, but then her gagging everyone with revenge. When she tells Marion Hawthorne, your dad doesn't love you, and that's why he doesn't see you.
She ate with that.
Marion tried to kill herself after.
That's what you get for going through someone's journal. I was like, this is such a huge betrayal.
And you know what?
To read a journal, you can say whatever you want in your journal. It's yours.
Janie and Sport, they turned on her a little too quickly.
They did. They were jealous haters at the end of the day. Toxic friends.
Janie went immediately. Sport at least cried and ran away, which is that's normal. Janie immediately stepped to the side of Marion, looked at Harriet, and crossed her arms. And I was like, that's not a friend. That's a fake friend.
This is not women supporting women.
She's a fickle, and Janie is a woman in STEM, if we remember. Remember, she was a chemist. I'm like, you, ma'am, are not being a good female friend right now.
You should never read someone's journal.
No.
You're going to find something you don't like. That's
Also,
the nature of a journal.
Remember that movie? I was also in the movie. It took place in Toronto.
It did?
It was supposed to be. It was, I think it was, it was cheaper to film.
Yeah,
But Rosie O'Donnell, oh golly. And who's the woman that plays Jerry on Succession? She played the mom.
Wow. I love that.
A stacked fucking cast.
I know.
Rosie O'Donnell playing her kind of topsy-turvy nanny, Golly, who then gets in trouble, remember, because they stay out too late. And then the mom, Miss Golly, you're fired. I know it all.
This is your deep impact where you just know the whole movie. It's been years since I've seen it. I just remember being traumatized
J. Smith Cameron, sorry.
Yeah, by the journal reading.
Oh, I read all of it.
This is so wrong.
And Gregory Smith played Sport, who's so hot.
Oh yeah, he's sexy.
But remember,
is he in Suits?
Probably.
He looks like he's in Suits.
I think he's Canadian. They were all in Suits. But it was a essential movie. And Michelle then went on to have a pretty cool career. She was in, remember Eurotrip?
Mm-hmm.
She was in Mysterious Skin playing a fag hag.
Oh yeah. She was in Buffy.
She was Summer in Buffy. I think her character was kind of polarizing. She played Buffy's little sis. Then she was in Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Georgina Sparks.
I know. She was
like a mainstay.
She did the damn thing in Gossip Girl too.
She was also stunning, and apparently even Blake Lively came out of her exile to do a post about Michelle.
Well, that's good for.
Yeah.
She was like, oh my God, a time for me to be likable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna weigh in. Old fart McLively.
But I was reading
McBloaty.
I read a post from someone who was on the crew of Gossip Girl and said that she was always the one cast member that stood out and hung out with the crew during breaks.
She's a true set head. She
grew up on set.
She was born on set.
I'm sad.
I am too. It's really tragic. I don't know exactly what the circumstances are, but they seem not great.
She was concerning people. I remember checking in on her last year, and I think she was having
She was looking jaundiced at times, and everyone was like, "What's wrong with this person?" There was a lot of discourse, and then I feel like the discourse in response to the discourse was like, "Let women age naturally. Don't comment on women's looks." And it was like, no, this person has yellow eyes. Like
there was legit concern,
curious.
and then there were people being really mean about her in the comments. People were like, "You look horrible." Like people. So it was like
People took it to
she was suffering, and I think clearly something was up. She had a liver transplant of sorts.
I'm gonna say this: when you take to socials and post a photo of you with yellow eyeballs, this is just across the board. It doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, they, them. If you take to socials and you post a photo of yourself with yellow eyeballs, people are going to naturally wonder what's up. And they're going to have some questions. So if you're not willing to field those questions,
take this out.
You can't.
You can't have me laughing at this.
You can.
It's just you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, please take out me laughing.
We're not taking it out.
Yes. Okay.
No, we're not doing cuts right now because this is just the truth.
I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing at you. You
Karen,
beginning.
you make it worse when you say to cut out you laughing. So just accept.
Okay.
It's funny because it's just a universal truth. If you posted a photo of yourself with a yellowing face and yellow eyeballs, I would be on a text of sorts.
Right.
And I mean, I wouldn't comment. I wouldn't be like, you look like shit.
No, but that, like, the urge to just go on some stranger and going, you look really bad.
But the urge to post is also a cry for help.
Obviously, she's in a cry for help, but I think you should read the room and, like, if you have an urge to go on to a clearly unwell person who's, like, going through something health-wise, mental health-wise, whatever, and your first instinct is to go, you look terrible.
Yeah.
That you need to, you're fucked.
Here's what we need to do.
Just
this should
text
be
your friend about it.
The general protocol for, let's say someone posts a photo and their eyeballs, they're little yellow. Stop. If you see that on socials, your natural reaction will be like, what? What's happening? They don't look good. Like, I'm scared.
Especially if they're your friend.
Yeah. But if they're not your friend and you have feelings or emotions about it, you can send an email. But if you have nowhere to send an email to, then you're just going to have to text your friends about it and talk shit in private. It makes it worse. It makes the cry for help much worse if you go underneath the cry for help photo and tell them that they look like fucking shit. And they know it. That's why they're posting it.
And it's so, I'm just like this urge. Like I remember reading through the comments back then and being like, God damn it. People are
crazy.
Fucking, it's like, she clearly doesn't feel good. And you're going on and being like, well, just letting you know, you look awful. You need to write down that comment.
And give it to your mother and say, would she appreciate getting this feedback?
Or write it down and let it go.
Yeah,
Journal.
Write it down and burn it. Journal it. We won't read it.
Put it into a jar and bury that jar in your backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like you said,
bury
text
it under your
chat
house
and be like, I'm worried about Michelle.
Yeah, you can text anything in the group chat. That's what makes it incredible.
But I think I'm not sure that helped. But then I was looking, she was also really like she was chic. Like she was like 2000s girl.
I know.
Like I was looking at photos of like paparazzi photos of her at like random events in New York with like her little bag. And there's a photo of her with Brittany Murphy that made me emotional, of them like kikiing. And I was like, I hope they're in heaven.
This hits hard for millennials. It's a real reckoning.
I'm going to watch Harriet the Spy again.
Do it.
Remember Eartha Kitt is in it? Remember she's in The Dumbwaiter?
Oh, yeah.
And Eartha Kitt is like in bed like masturbating basically. And Harriet, she's like in her boudoir. Like she's
kind of a eccentric.
She's like an eccentric rich woman who's like feeling herself in bed, and Harriet's spying on her in the dump. Harriet like broken entered.
Harriet was a bit of a
She was a little creepy
pest.
crawly.
She was a bit of a sex pest.
There was that guy with who made all the cages with the cats, remember?
I don't, but I love it. Can we move on to Gene Hackman?
Okay, this morning.
There's just so much death.
Gene Hackman is found dead with his wife and their dog in their Santa Fe home. And apparently they've been dead for a while. I read that for some time.
I hate this.
Their dog too. He
Do
was
you think
95.
it was a gas leak?
It's probably
carbon monoxide poisoning.
There was an open prescription bottle and pills scattered on a countertop near his wife, Betsy Arakawa. So was it a pact of some kind and they didn't want to leave their dog? Was it a leak?
This is so weird.
Was it like did they have the flu? Like, there's
no signs of problems, no signs of a carbon monoxide leak or poisoning. No obvious signs of a gas leak.
But people sometimes don't show signs if they are. So they made note of that. They could have been sick of something.
Sick of life.
But the dog, that is what
This is really strange.
I mean, Gene Hackman, again, was another person that obviously he was old, very, very old. He's 95. But he surfaced, I remember last year, and people were
shook, but it's like, it was just another Daily Mail thing that's like,
he's close to death.
No, it was like Gene Hackman looking sporty and amazing leaving the gas station, where they say like looking vibrant and full of life, and it's like a haggard skeleton leaving a gas station.
And people were being like, you look terrible.
Well, he didn't ask for that. He didn't ask to be spotted at the gas station with his wife.
Mm-mm.
I feel bad for her. She's only 64. That's like my age.
That's an age gap.
I know. Her life, she had many years left.
She had like 40 years left.
Yeah.
That dog,
I feel
how
bad
old
for
was
the
he?
dog.
He was such a good actor.
I know.
I was thinking about The Birdcage.
He's
How
great.
I need to rewatch that.
You should. I watched it last year again. It was great.
He's been making movies since like the 60s, right?
Yeah, he's a big time 70s guy.
Damn.
I know.
So
He's a
what's
real
your
one.
theory? Gas leak?
I don't think so. The pills are concerning. That's
So-
a new element where I'm like, maybe they had a pact. Maybe they went full Last of Us.
Like the Murray Bartlett and Nick Offerman? I could not stop laughing.
It's okay to laugh. It's funny.
It's not funny.
It is funny. It's fine to laugh.
Someone messaged me about another person he knew who had cirrhosis, who had egg yolk eyes. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was like that fucking guy in Acapulco. That's immediately where my mind went.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, if someone looks yellow, it's okay to be worried. It's not normal. It's very abnormal.
She was yellow.
She was quite literally
Coldplay.
giallo.
Giallo?
It's Italian for yellow.
Okay, we're back to it.
So yeah, Gene, R.I.P. to him, his wife, and their little dog
Santa
too.
Fe.
I thought that they were vibing, but maybe they were vibing too hard.
Maybe they had the heads up.
More to come.
What if they had like flu, influenza A?
I mean,
But the dog?
I don't know.
The dog part, at first I was like, home invasion. Then I saw the dog and I was like, God, whoever did that was. And then I was.
Maybe they died and then the dog just died because it didn't have food. But a dog will eat you. Many people think that it won't, but it actually has been shown that it will. And that's fine.
People love to just throw cats under the bus and say cats, because cats will eat you. But
dogs
that's
will.
a given. But dogs
There was
will
a
too.
recent thing that happened where a pug ate their owner after they died. They're hungry. They're hungry little creatures. Do you think Mango would eat you? I don't know. If
I don't think he would.
I don't know. And I say this with the most love and light.
Watch it.
I don't think he would put it together.
We need to unpack.
I don't think he would I don't think he would go
You underestimate Mango's is a very intelligent, intuitive dog, and you underestimate him. And I'm
but
tired of it.
ferocious. I just don't
I'm
know
tired
if he
of
would
it.
put together.
He's not stupid. He's really smart.
I'm not saying that he's stupid. I'm saying that in this specific incident, like if you and Simon were dead, it depends on how fully clothed you were. I just don't know if he would put together that if he bit into your flesh and chewed and drew blood, that he could eat that and live.
Why?
Just because I just don't think in
You
that
think Tony
incident he
would?
I think
Because
Tony
Tony's
might-
smarter than Mango.
Tony might get a nibble of something. He might nibble.
Mango would lick.
Maybe he would lick until some juices came out and then he would put it together.
I think Mango's very smart. I think he would. To me, he's the smartest dog in the world.
I know that. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I support
but
that.
I will not have you neg him.
I'm not negging. I'm saying an observation.
Mm-hmm. I think he's bovine-like. He would simply lick, but he might also
I think he would lay.
I think he would lay, and then maybe he would kill himself.
He would succumb.
He would succumb.
He would be so devastated.
He would be.
That like...
We have like trois la deux. Fully a trois. if two of us go, Mango will go too.
Yeah, that's like what I mean when I look at it from a bird's eye view.
Tony would snack.
Tony might start to snack. I think he would lay for a long time, but then he gets hangry and he wants what he wants. He'd make a racket and then maybe he'd start to nibble.
Mango would paw at the door until someone opened it.
Switching gears. I was up late last night, past my bedtime, scrolling TikTok.
What's your bedtime?
I mean, I told myself I'm going to be in bed physically by 10, but that doesn't happen.
All right, Nana, let's get you to bed.
What? Sleep is very important, and having like a sleep schedule and sleep routine and sleep hygiene is like incredibly important.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to tell myself, like I track my sleep score on my Oura Ring, and like I'm just trying to get a really good sleep score because it actually...
You have your rollers in.
Yeah. My glasses on. Sheets up to here. No, I don't get in bed really until like 11:30.
Have twin beds like in old sitcoms.
Mm-hmm. I go, good night, honey. Yeah. Tony's in bed before I'm in bed.
Oh, he goes up?
No, but he's on the bed and stuff like before I am. Like when I'm washing my face or doing my thing. Plus I have like women have a lot of like facial things to do at night.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a whole thing, but I really haven't been in bed until like 11 or 11:30 and then asleep by like 12 or past. And this was past. And I was scrolling. And I've been aware of this beef for a while, but I didn't really know what it was all about because I was just like, these are young people. I'm going to mind my own business.
And when we say beef, we say it's B-H-E-E-F.
Mm-hmm. B-H-E-E-F. Beef. It's bad beef. So, Bhad Bhabie, an Alabama barker.
So, just a primer, if you don't know, if you have been living under a fucking rock and don't know Bhad Bhabie, it's Danielle Bregoli, who is infamous for being on Dr. Phil, I think, and when she was 14, saying, like, threatening to, like, kill her mom and, like, being like, catch me outside.
Well, then she just, like, has made the most of that moment. She's a multimillionaire now.
She has $30 million from her OnlyFans, and she's a good rapper.
I know. So she, I guess, used to be friends with Alabama Barker, who's truly one of the most random people to ever exist.
Who's 19, by the way.
Yeah. How old is Bhad Bhabie?
She's 21, but she's a kid.
Yeah. She's lived 1,000 lives.
But she's kind of cool.
She's really cool.
I like her.
I want to make it fully clear that in this beef, I am...
I-K-E like her.
I am... Team Bhabie all the way.
Me too.
I hold no space.
Yeah.
So I guess they were besties, and then
so random.
Bhabie accused Barker of stealing her boyfriend, BHOY boyfriend.
Her baby daddy,
Levon.
They had a kid together.
I'm so sick of women getting all bent out of shape.
He goes by the artist name X Game LV. Okay.
Never heard of him.
So
I don't know if that, I mean, I haven't heard of a lot of things, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say
she's way
that
more
Bhad Bhabie
relevant.
is way more successful than Levon.
So the real crux of what I discovered is that she had cancer.
Oh, yeah.
So she was going through chemotherapy, and apparently while this was happening, Levon, aka X Game LV, fucked Alabama Barker behind her back. And so they had like a Raquel kind of Sandoval affair. And so their friendship was squashed.
Is Bhad Bhabie still with Levon, or does she just have a kid with him?
I think she might just have a kid with him.
So she's left him. But I want to make sure. Has she left him?
Let's confirm. No.
Thank God.
Thank God. He's
no prize hog. Let's just put it
She's the prize queen.
She's the prize queen. She should be dating an A-lister.
Yeah. So
or football. She should date like a football NFL guy. I don't know. They're too angry. They have too much brain damage. You know what? She might be too much of a prize to date anyone, seriously.
She should date like a building.
Yeah.
You know?
She should date herself.
Yeah.
So she and Ms. Barker have been feuding and they've released diss tracks.
Did we clarify who Ms. Barker is for anyone who doesn't know? She's Travis Barker and Shauna, that
Moakler's
random Shauna's daughter. Oldest, right?
I don't know. She's an offspring. She's Nepo. But also I'm like, what does she do? She has a lot of followers.
She raps.
But does she? So Alabama put some songs out. She put out a music video that Kourtney Kardashian was in.
No.
Yeah.
Kourtney is incredibly odd.
Kourtney is actually one of the most random people you'll ever have the pleasure of knowing, if you really think about it.
How many followers does she have? 21 million? 2 million? She's so weird.
She's bizarre.
Why is she has jugs.
Yeah, they all have jugs.
Are they real or?
No, I think everyone's jugs are fake in this world.
She looks exactly like her mom. That's Cry Baby. She made a song called Cry Baby. Well, lest we forget her movie with She's All That. He's All That. She played Addison Rae's publicist.
Who's giving her these opportunities?
Remember her
strange relationship with Addison Rae? She saw what we all had not yet seen.
That's true.
Okay, wait,
is that it?
I do not know where Bama is. She's going to be late for this live stream. I'm going to call her one more time. And then I'm going to have to go find her.
Truly just a vacant ghost of a woman.
She sounds just like Kris Jenner.
Oh, Bama.
Miss Boots.
Edward Scissorhands.
Look at this fit. Trench coat inside.
House, we do not sleep in when we have things to do.
Boots down the hallway.
They all have mausoleums for houses.
Where are they going? They're going to the live stream?
Are they going to look for Bhad?
I don't know, but it's so...
Let's see a clip from... Peak what?
Peak random.
So her song is called Cry Baby, and it was like she launched the first stone.
Let's listen to her.
She threw the first brick. So
her song is also not good.
No, of course not.
I'm also like, I'm going to say this. I don't have a lot of respect for her because it's like, okay, your dad is Travis Barker. Like, you don't actually have to do anything or earn any money to make any of this. Bhad Bhabie earned her money and has made a career off of like her own creativity, her own entrepreneurial nature, and like funds her own projects.
I gotta say,
I don't respect you.
I listened to one of her songs, like
it's really good.
White horse or whatever. White bitch.
I don't know.
Hi bitch.
I actually never listened to a song of hers except for the diss track. But here's Alabama Barker's song.
Okay.
Fix your fucking home record. Like, what the fuck? You don't want to be nothing like you, Dr. Phil loser, bitch.
Okay.
See, this is
you're a rich girl.
I'm like, you're gross. All you're doing is you're riding around in an Escalade showing off watches that you didn't buy. And like, you're like, this is really
You're also white. They're both white, but like,
Bhad Bhabie she's white, but she's definitely more black than Alabama Barker.
But she's kind of like respected by like rap fans.
This is an unbecoming behavior for Ms. Barker. Now let's go to Bhad Bhabie.
Yeah, what is she like rolling up in her like? You live in Calabasas.
You were born in Calabasas to like one of the wealthiest musicians alive right now.
Yeah. So then she released Bhad released
Miss Whitman.
Mrs. Whitman.
Oh, rehab with this flow. Bitch, I'm blacking out. No, you not a model. Get that flow right, better than Lotto.
I have chills.
And she's also in the video twerking on a guy who's like drumming, who kind of looks like Travis Barker. Like she brought a tank to a knife fight.
You can't beef with someone who will escalate it beyond your wildest dreams. Like, you have to be ready to throw down and go scorched earth. And I don't think Alabama Barker is ready for that.
No, and Danielle, like,
she doesn't have what it takes.
No, and she came from like obscurity. So she's like clawed her way up to this like position where she's literally generationally wealthy now for herself and her baby and her family. She's seen things. Danielle will fight you too. Mm-hmm. She fought Vicky.
She literally
Did you know
posted
that?
She did.
They met, I think, at the Grove outside, and they like fought.
At the Grove?
So, they fought in somewhere public. It was
Calabasas Commons, because she lives in Calabasas, so the Grove is a far way to drive. She also posted like a TikTok or an Instagram of her getting her hair braided, and she was like, "You want to fight me? I'll meet you at 8 p.m. at Calabasas Commons. Like, let's go," to Alabama Barker.
Come on, Bookie, live up to your raps, babe. Come fight me since you're so tough. Come fight me, ho. You so tough, right? You a rapper now. You said what'd you say? It'd be free me if I caught you outside, right? So here's your opportunity. Come catch me outside, 8 p.m. sharp. Calabasas Commons.
At the mall.
Be there.
No, they met like at the mall. She and Vicky and a 9-year-old rapper named Lil Tay.
Not Lil Tay.
Lil Tay was accompanying Vicky, and they met outside of some kind of like shopping area. It could have been the mall. It almost looks like Universal City Walk or something. And they met, and Lil Tay really went in on
Vicky?
No, on Danielle. She was backing up Vicky.
Oh.
They almost came to blows, and Danielle's team, her like bouncers in her entourage, like got her away. But Vicky, she showed up, and Danielle was not messing around.
Danielle doesn't play.
But Lil Tay was a force to be reckoned with.
And Alabama Barker is not ready. So people were really flipping out about the song because the backing track that Danielle uses, or like the sample is from a Kanye West song.
Yeah.
So she had to get it cleared to then publish her song. So people are like, oh, Kanye's on Bad Baby's side. So then Alabama posted like a screen recording of a video that Kanye sent her saying like he doesn't take sides. But I was like, you can't handle it. If you have to post him taking your back, and you can't just like stand on what your truth is and like the beef that you started, then you're not meant for this world.
Well, also Bad Baby, but she also posted a clip of Kanye like rapping on her, but it was like AI or something, according to Kanye. I don't want to look at the video because I just hate him, but I read the text that he was like, I talked to Travis. I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, this was what he says in this video.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He's an unreliable narrator, so who knows what the truth is. But I'm just like, Alabama, you're in over your head.
She did. It feels like Alabama went and ran to mommy and daddy, to stepmommy and daddy, and was like, take care of this.
Yeah.
Like, don't bring some, like an unwell old man into your fight, you know?
Yeah. Also, like, having him take your back is like, what does that do at this point?
But I think.
But then all this is going on, and then fellow Nepo baby Romy Mars weighed in on TikTok.
The daughter of Sofia Coppola and the guy from Phoenix.
And Thomas Mars.
Yeah.
And she made a really good point.
Genuine question. What the fuck is Alabama Barker like getting ready for? It's like the Met Gala twice a day, 3 times a day with this girl. She has like a whole team. I don't know how old she is. I'm assuming like 18. She's like a whole team of people doing her hair, like all these different wigs, like makeup that takes hours and hours and hours, like insane outfits. But it's like multiple times a day. I don't understand. And like maybe she's going to like, I understand like every weekend, like if you're going to a party, but like It's just so constant. Even like for a party like that is so, it's like there'll be like 15 people doing her hair and her makeup and her toenails and her nails and her, like, I don't get it.
There, she said it.
She said what we were all thinking too afraid to say.
And this is to me, this is like, she is also like perfect nepotism because she's like 4th generation nepotism at this point, but she
kind of is so nepo that it comes all the way around and it stops being nepo.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, why is she weighing in? But it's like, no, but I want to hear what she has to say.
You know, she's the perfect person to weigh in.
And
it is like, where the fuck are you going?
Where are you going?
What do you even do?
You're going from your house in Calabasas to
drive around
Mendocino Farms.
You're literally getting like done up for hours to post a TikTok of you mouthing the words to someone else's song. Just like being in your car like.
She has like a Marie Antoinette fleet of people doing her glam to go to Cava to get like a falafel.
She has people doing her glam so that when Postmates arrive, she can answer the door and look fabulous. Like it's not.
I don't think she like leaves her house.
I think she stays within probably like a 10-mile radius.
But
not
Romy,
even like a 1-mile radius of like Calabasas.
How old is Romy? Like 22?
I think Romy is still in high school maybe.
Oh.
I think she's 18 or 19.
Is
Yeah, 18. She's
is she
young.
gonna make a diss track now about Romy?
Alabama?
I hope, and then Romy can make one of her like dream pop songs.
Yeah, maybe. I just like Romy throwing her hat into the ring. I think more beef, the more people beefing, the better it gets.
You can't come for Romy because she was born in Paris, France.
I know, she's so chic, there's nothing you can say.
But I love her just eating, being like, where are you going?
That's a great question.
It is a great question.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure
Bad
Danielle...
Baby song is really good. And when I leave here today, I'll be blasting it.
Can I just do one snippet of her?
Yeah,
the song that really made me realize, oh, she's actually talented.
She's also just been through hell and back.
She has.
She had like a blood cancer, I think, which is why she was getting chemo. But she also got a nose job during her chemo.
Yeah.
Which I respect. She might have gotten a boob job during chemo too.
Incredible.
She's doing what needs to be done.
You'll recognize the sample in the beginning.
Oh my God, Ronnie. White J's, white Porsche, white wrist, white horse.
Oh yeah, I know this song.
White J's, white Porsche.
We're literally two geriatrics.
I do not sniff it to roll it. It do not drip when I pull it. I do not run, I reload it. I do not save it, I throw it.
She wrote the song when she was 15.
She's
but also
cool.
sampling Sammy Sweetheart. Oh my God, Ronnie. I'm like, she gets it.
She does get it.
She's also talking about reloading her gun.
I know. I was like,
who's Lil Tay?
Lil Tay, that's a whole nother episode.
Wait, what the, why? How am I feel old as fuck. You know about Lil Tay?
Yeah, I know about Lil Tay.
Do you know, Guy? Do you know? Okay, Ariel's actually Gen Z and doesn't know.
Lil Tay was like a rapper, but then there was a bunch of controversy last year because someone from her family came out and said like she's dead. And then there was like a death hoax. And then it was like, is Lil Tay like who?
She's Canadian?
It was just a whole thing. You're going to have to research it because I can't really explain it and speak to it. I wasn't prepared. I didn't come here today prepared with the dossier to speak.
Well, I will have a
Lil Tay.
dossier on Lil Tay next week.
We'll go. Yeah.
She was born in 2007.
I love it. I was graduating.
I was entering college.
Yeah. I was in my last year of college. Old ass. The Walker.
Lil Tay?
Yeah.
Is she dead?
We have to keep up with the youth. It's how we'll stay young.
Is she dead?
No. It was a death hoax.
I mean, I'm glad she's not dead.
No, but everyone was like, what is happening? And I don't know where she's been since, but we can look into it and get a dossier going.
Speaking of unknown things, the search for MH370 is being reignited.
This might be the time that it finally comes back.
I wonder why it's now. It's because of us.
I think, well, I think it's linked to Russia somehow. So people...
You buy that?
I don't know. Maybe.
I do think that it was the thing that broke our reality I think it was the thing that
It was one of many things that has set us off on like an alternate path.
it was a harbinger of the non-truth era that we live in, where like nothing makes sense and you just have to roll with it.
What year did it go?
2014. So it's almost.
Oh, it was right entering 2014. Things were dicey, critical, but stable at that point.
2014 was a little odd. There was an Ebola outbreak in Brooklyn. Malaysia 370. And I was doing MDMA 3 or 4 times a week.
I was about to enter my MDMA era, but that wouldn't really hit until 2015.
But do you know what I mean, though? It really, it broke the mold, and it broke all of our brains, and it made things like, now this would be like, oh yeah, they went missing.
Yeah.
But back then it was like, what? Today it's like, oh, yeah, of course.
Just really strange that we still haven't found it. How are we sending people into space and not finding MH370?
Malaysia's transport minister announced that a new search is resuming. The exact details of the contract with the maritime exploration firm. So they spent $150 million on this since it went missing to look for it, which is the most expensive
recovery
But also
mission?
I thought it would be more.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like that much.
But they've covered some insane amount of ground, like aka amount of ocean looking for it, and they've not found one thing. I mean, the most
there was that random guy that was like claiming that he found washed up bits
but he
on the
didn't.
shore.
It wasn't it. But the main theory is that it's crashed somewhere in the South Indian Ocean, which is like the most treacherous area. It's like where the Pacific and Indian, like almost near Antarctica, like on your way to Antarctica, like below Australia. There's like this no man's land, which is so creepy. It's just absolute vast nothing, and it has really strong currents, and it's just like, so they think it crashed somewhere there. But it's like there would be some, because when the Air France plane crashed in 2009, they found it eventually, but it was like 2 years before they found the actual wreckage at the bottom of the ocean where there were like bodies still intact, which is so terrifying. But they found it though.
Yeah.
This is 11 years later and we haven't found a single thing.
It's fishy.
So
I thought that they were gonna like search land.
Well, who says they haven't?
Well, stay tuned.
We'll be on. They should fly us
We'll be
out.
turning 80 and they'll still be like launching a new search.
They're gonna be flying us out to Kuala Lumpur to like go boots on the ground.
I would love to get boots on the ground and interview some people.
But I would worry about disappearing in a flight.
Well, every day's a gamble.
Another plane almost hit another plane. Did you see that?
Okay, wait, I have a question.
Okay.
Which is, so like, while this MH370 search gears up for another round, we're about to send like a girls' trip into space. And it's weird that like you can't find MH370, but we're having like billionaires girls trip to space.
There's a
But what's
full-on
even weirder
girl boss
is that the Girl Boss Space Convention is Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and Katy Perry.
Well, Katy Perry is famous. Katy's friends with them.
But I'm really,
Look at that
really,
cock.
I'm so curious. Like,
Look at that. That is a dick.
I like it. What is Katy Perry bringing to the table?
I think she's just friends with Sanchez.
But I don't think she's bringing like,
I mean,
thought-provoking,
okay, but also like
incredible conversation or like.
Let's be real though. What's Gayle King bringing? Sorry.
But isn't she like?
She's a journalist, but like she only really got the job because she's friends with Oprah.
But like, she seems cool. Like you could talk to her and have like a conversation and have a sense of wonder about the world, or she would say something that makes you think, or maybe even makes you laugh. Like Katy Perry, what is she bringing to the table?
I think she's like, what do I have?
Like, is there a side of her? Is there a side of her that's like that that no one has ever seen but her close inner circle of billionaires, where it's like she's actually like very cool and fun to hang out with?
Maybe like I feel like Lauren Sanchez and Katy Perry did like ayahuasca together once and like had this epiphany that they have to go to space together. She's like fulfilling her promise to Katy.
Katy just seems like such a random person to include in your circle.
But okay.
Also, she's hanging out, and I don't think there's anything wrong with hanging out with people that are older than you, but these people are like, Katy Perry like hangs out with like 60-year-olds.
She's random, but also incredibly not random.
Is there no one
kind
her
of
own
fitting.
age that I think maybe, okay, I think I've cracked it.
Okay.
So these ladies of a certain age, they want to feel young. And Katy is their like, Katy is like their young friend. Like it's like their version of having like a Gen Z around to make them feel young and connected to the culture. And so they're tethered to that. They're like, oh, well, just ask Katy. Like she knows what the kids are up to. Meanwhile, they don't understand that Katy Perry is like, no one wants to hang out with her.
No, I know.
Like they're the only ones.
I think they're all, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Gayle King lives in Montecito, like where Oprah lives.
No, I think that they're all in that Santa Barbara Montecito crew. So that's one thing. I mean, I get like the neighbors element, but it also is just like.
And there's like a bunch of other people going. It's a real like, oh, but it's an all female mission. And we all know Lauren is famously, as Jessica Seinfeld said, a very accomplished woman and a helicopter pilot. So she's certainly no stranger to adventure.
I mean, I would go on the girls' trip. I would go, but I would also be like, I'd be low key being like, do you really want to have Katy on? Like, do you think like she's going to be chill or like annoying? And then
I think Lauren's throwing her a bone.
It's like you can't have, if you get all the Montecito girlies together and go without Katy, it's going to be worse in the long run than just like letting Katy come.
I think Katie's she will make your life hell. If you don't include her, there will be hell.
They're afraid of her because she does nothing but terrorize elderlies by like buying their houses out from them and like trying to evict them. They know that she has a long history of terrorizing the elderly. So they're like, we have to stay on guard and just like let her come on the ship.
So Gayle will be the second network morning show host to fly into space. Michael Strahan was the first.
But don't they really just like kind of go, they don't go like deep space?
No. They go into like orbit. They go into like, I mean, there's zero gravity. They're in space, technically, legally.
They're legally in space.
But it's not.
But are they in like the space? Remember that guy who did the skydiving?
The Red Bull thing?
Yeah.
No, I think they're even higher than that. Because that was still, there was gravity.
62 miles above the Earth. Above the Kardamom line.
This is This is
right in the precipice where the Earth's atmosphere gives way to space.
They're kind of going to like the inlet.
What?
Where the Earth just drops off.
What if they...
Keep going?
No, what if they are luring Katy Perry to space to just open the trap door and release her? What if they're doing everyone like a huge community service? They're like, you won't have to listen to any more albums. You won't ever have to hear about her being on tour again. We're just going to release her into orbit.
Gravity style?
We're not going to kill her. Yeah.
What if she goes full gravity and has to get back to Earth?
That would make her then actually interesting and people would fuck with her again.
So the other people joining the girls are Aisha Bao, who's a NASA rocket scientist, which is cool. Research assistant Amanda Guyen and film producer Carrie Ann Flynn.
Hollywood.
So they've got some like experts coming on board. So I would feel safe with a rocket scientist on board.
Well, yeah.
And a research scientist and even a film producer, because I'd be like, a producer knows how to get something done.
I just think I'm just like the thought of being trapped in a confined like space and blasting off into orbit
with Katy Perry.
It's like
it's truly
that's almost a fate worse than death. Do you know how annoying?
I want some like Witness style where like the Witness Blue Big Brother house thing. I want Katy to like have a moment where she's like crying.
She's gonna suck, like there won't be any oxygen. It's good you're in zero gravity. She's gonna suck the oxygen right out of the room.
She might sing.
I'm just telling you, like they need to go through extra special training to like deal with an annoying person driving them loco in the spacecraft.
What date are they blasting off? A date has
Spring.
not been saved. The spring. Okay.
Well,
vague. I love that they
Q1
can
or
just.
Q2.
I love that they can just go do that. Like, I love that. Like, they're like, you want to go in spring? Go into space?
Probably when is Katy's tour over?
I thought her tour was just in Brazil.
No, it's everywhere.
Oklahoma City, doll. This is a big tour.
I know.
Damn.
What are those dates? I can't really see
I can't
it.
read the thing. They want you to not be able to read it, so you don't know.
Oh, she's going. So I guess she's going to, at some point in the break, this is the craziest tour for an album. Couldn't name one song besides Woman's World. This is the Woman's World tour.
That one song, Can You Feel It? Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na.
I'll bet she's going to go.
April 23rd is the first day of her tour.
Oh, so she
my birthday.
must go before April. So this is like a Q2 vibe. This is honestly, based on the astrology, a scary time to be flying into orbit.
Why?
You have to listen to Babe and find out.
Well, I'm talking to Kevin next week.
Ask him.
I would not. I just simply would not go. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, I would go to space, and then sometimes I'm at a point now where I'm like, absolutely not.
I would go, just not with Katy Perry.
You think it's cursed
What?
going with Katy?
I know my like annoyance threshold. Like I couldn't take it. I
would-
need everyone to be like chill.
She would make it all about her.
I know, and that's
Gayle
the
will at
thing.
least be like cool.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be cool, and then you're gonna have Katy there. I just know
Yeah.
her vibe. I know exactly the vibe that she brings to the spaceship, and it's not chill.
Can you feel it? She's
I
gonna
just
get to the
know
top
it.
and go, it's a
She's like,
woman's world.
It's just too much. She goes, look down there.
That's a woman's world,
And we're lucky to be living in it. She will start. She'll blast Woman's World.
Remember when William Shatner went with Bezos and he came back and was like, it made me feel really depressed. And like and then Jeff was like, come on, man, let's drink some champagne. And you could tell William wanted to talk about this like kind of existential thing he had. And then Jeff was like,
I think it would make you feel really weird.
like that movie, Lucy in the Sky.
I
Lift
love
off
that.
and tan.
That was a really good movie.
I never saw it.
Oh my God, I watched it on a plane. It was great.
I just watched the trailer about 1,000 times.
I would say see it. It's worth it.
Lift off and tan.
It's diaper. It's this diaper
No, I know,
lady.
but she came back from space and was not the same, right?
Yeah, because I think you just feel so detached.
Yeah.
And then also you just realize that you are merely a speck of dust in the vast,
Vacuum.
infinite like universe. And it's gotta just like throw you into a state of disarray where you go diaper mode afterwards.
Those two astronauts are still in space.
The Boeing astronauts?
Yeah.
Wow. Their muscles just like withering away. They're like doing like space Ozempic.
They're fine. Like,
They're chilling.
yeah, like people have tried to make it a political attack on like the left. That's the reason why they're up there. And they're like,
Why? Because of Pete Buttigieg?
they're just like, oh, it's Biden's fault that they're not. It's like,
No,
they're-
I'd say it's Boeing's fault.
yeah, I'd say it's Boeing's fault. And they're also just like, we're fine. We'll come back.
They're well media trained. They're not going to be like, we hate that up here.
Mhm.
They're not trying to cause a stir. They're
It
not
is-
pulling any Katy Perry's out in orbit.
It is wild that they're just still there.
It's crazy.
Maybe they could intersect with the girls.
I think, here's what I think should happen. They release Katy Perry out of the hatch just to scare her and to like humble her. But they send her with a tank and some blowies. So she's like, they just kind of send her on a journey. But then the people in the Boeing plane,
The ISS.
they have like a magnet.
The Boeing plane.
They have a magnet and they have a way, or like they cast the net and they
Mhm.
scoop her in. But we don't tell her that she's going to be scooped. We let her think that she's just going to fly off into the darkness of space. She gets caught by them. They now have more of a reason to be rescued and brought back to Earth faster because now they have caught Katy Perry. They all come back to space. Katy is humbled. She releases an incredible album, totally changes track. We love her again, and she's no longer annoying.
It's a good plan. I remember Gaga, there was like rumors that she was going to go to space to perform back in the 2010s.
I feel like I heard that too.
It would be really cool if like a pop diva like did the Red Bull jump, like a cinematic moment of them just like standing on the ledge looking down and having like, that's to me.
The Red Bull jump, I think about it often and it never ceases to freak me the fuck out. Can we watch it one more time?
Yeah. Lift off and 10.
Oh my God. This gives me
125,000 feet.
This makes me feel sick.
But imagine like Katy Perry
This is
doing
Katy.
this.
Yeah.
This is the only way she can win back the hearts of the world is if she does this.
They capture her. They put her in this.
I mean, that's insane.
It's so crazy.
Look,
there he is.
Was that him?
Yeah. He's Mach 1.
That was a sonic boom from him?
Yeah. Look at that guy's like, fuck. Oh no.
This is like Nathan Fielder at the end of the chorus. Is that the thing he fell from? What is that thing? Like a little balloon?
This is crazy. I didn't know that he spun like this.
How did he not throw up?
Damn.
I'd be really relieved when I saw this guy.
Yeah. And then you're just there.
Would you skydive?
So I've done it.
You have?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
It was scary. I was just strapped to someone's back. Or they were strapped to my back. Just a man strapped to your back.
You can turn. Thank you. You can turn.
And then they, like you were literally on the edge of a plane, being like you're gonna jump out of the plane, and I was like, you don't want to do it.
Who were you with?
I was with my boyfriend at the time, and some friends of ours, and the person on your back just tosses, like you just go, and then it is truly exhilarating. You feel like you're flying. And you just feel like the earth is kind of just slowly coming towards you more and more.
Did you have a moment of fearing death?
I just had a moment of being like,
how am I going to do this?
If the earth, like, it would just get closer and closer until it hits you in the face. It doesn't feel like you're falling.
Right.
But no, I was just screaming and going like, oh my fucking God. I have video of it. I'll have to bring it in sometime.
Wow.
I have a DVD of it. It was so cool.
To be alone and do that, like what that guy did.
No, you have to be like so trained to do that.
Standing on the edge of nothing. But Katy Perry needs to do that.
No, she does.
It's the only way she can win back the favor of the public is if she
and make
goes
us forget
to
about
space.
Woman's World.
To make us forget about so many things.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to go to the edge of space, look down, and go and jump.
No, so they release her. The other people capture her, but then they send up a thing to rescue them, but it can only hold 2. And so they say, sorry, we've been up here so long, like we're going to go, but we can give you a ride to the Red Bull balloon and if you want to get down, you can just jump from the Red Bull balloon and like someone from the Red Bull headquarters will like help you. And so she has to complete that mission and then she gets to become beloved again. But those are she has 3 steps to go through before I accept her, at least.
And then they changed the Hollywood sign to Perrywood.
Mm-hmm. She becomes a worldwide hero.
She becomes a religious figure.
Yeah, Saint
deity.
Katy.
And there's an entire faith based around her.
Katy's jumpers.
Mm-hmm. And people start performing ritualistic jumps.
Woman's World becomes like the
national anthem.
A national, like a global anthem.
Mm-hmm.
The UN.
Yeah, the UN every time before the meeting is called into session, they sing A Woman's World.
Mm-hmm.
They go, sexy, confident.
They take their hats off.
Every night before bed, instead of, you know how they used to play the national anthem on TV and then it would go fuzzy?
To static.
They start to save, like, because there's no money anymore and everything's being slashed in our country, to save money at night, they just sing an orchestra sweeping rendition of It's a Woman's World and then it goes to static.
With just a video of Katy jumping out of the thing.
It's a video of a flag rippling and Katy saluting, looking like Rosie the Riveter, which is like my least favorite aesthetic.
Yeah.
Pink loves that.
Pink loves it. They also love
give her a
like
pass.
roller derby aesthetic.
Pink would be a great person to send to space.
Yeah.
I'd
be interested in her space journey.
If I saw her on this roster, I'd be like, that makes sense. Pink is going to space.
Pink.
She's like a ribbon dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So it just feels right.
Acrobatic. She could jump from the Red Bull balloon. But Miss Puri,
she got on that. She's definitely on Bezos and Sanchez's like roster to be saved when the end comes.
no, she's fully in. I'm just like, what is she bringing to the table, personality wise? What does she bring to the group hang that has secured her spot in the bunker?
I don't know.
It really beats the shit out of me. I would love to know.
Yeah.
Kelly Ben-Simone did an interview with the New York Post, like for some of their online content. And she said that she sent Andy Cohen a list of replacement cast members for Roni. So she was like, you should have me back on Roni, but here's a list of other cast members. And I think that the show should be geared around me and my life. And here's like the other cast members that could be on it.
She said her biggest criticism is that the ultimate character in the show is New York and we're not seeing New York, which is very true.
Wait, you believe that?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like...
But I do believe that on Just Like That, New York, where's New York?
No, that's a Sex in the City thing.
Yeah.
But it's never been...
No.
Never once has anyone watching Roni ever been like, God, you know what?
We need more New York.
I just really think that the sixth cast member is New York and we're not getting enough of that. We get a ton of New York.
We get lots of New York.
But I like that that's her take.
Yeah. Well, that's very Kelly, though. Not making any
just
sense.
Just absolutely delusional through and through. So, yeah, Andy then confirmed she did send him.
Is that do we know who's on the list?
No, they haven't released the names, but I would love to know.
Kelly's really having a séance on TikTok. I think Gen Z has discovered her, and people are just really seeing
the perfect platform for her psychosis.
Mm-hmm. I'll never forget her doing like a real estate listing for Little St. James.
Mm-hmm. Andy says, funnily enough, she does email me more than you might expect. I think that when you're in Kelly's world, you're constantly fielding emails.
Whenever you see a Kelly Ben-Simone email in your box, you're like, oh, shit.
Here we go.
Here we go. I saw a video of Sonia. She does cabaret. Oh, my God. Tilda Swinton opened for Countess Luann.
Huge.
But Sonia has a cabaret show, which is like kind of sad. But I saw a video of a gay getting up and she was like, what's your name? To ask her a question. He said, Trevor. And she went, oh, the Trevor Project. She goes, I've given millions to Trevor Project. Complete wet brain.
I like it.
No, me too. I wonder how she's doing post her ex dying.
He died?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Morgan.
That's sad.
Lady Morgan.
Where's she touring?
Sonia?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tertiary markets.
Excuse me. This photo is not the cast that we're talking about. Who, that friend of woman that was like, they were trying to push for a while right on the left. Get her out of here.
Is that Kristen?
No, that's this woman that was on like for 2 seasons as like a friend of, and they really wanted her to be something. I forget her name.
We need Bethany back. She'll never do it.
No.
We should just release Kelly on the new Roni.
It's really creepy.
Just like force her in there.
Oh, Karen Huger's going to prison for, she's sentenced for 2 years, 1 year suspended. So she's going for a year. I mean, look, it's really harsh, but she also had like 4 DUIs.
She deserves it, unfortunately.
So the judge was really pissed. She took no accountability.
She could have avoided it if she had just pled like no contest or taken a plea. But unfortunately, you fought the law and the law won.
The Grand
and you were
Dame's
really drunk.
the Grand Dame's ego was too great, and she couldn't admit defeat. And all she had to do was be like, "I really need to get help.
Just go to rehab.
I'll do community service." Like she
Just
really
go to rehab for
could've-
30 days. It's NBD. You can go drink immediately when you get out.
But she's so warped in her own like image that she thought she could win this. Like when you have that many DUIs, like you're a threat to the
You're a
public.
threat. She should truly never drive again.
She should never drive again. She should never drink again.
She's gonna drink.
Oh, yeah, but she should never drive again.
I'm gonna say, look, drink all you want, but you should never drive again. You should be in like Waymos or Ubers for the rest of your life.
I'm sad for her. I don't think she's cut out for prison. Giselle said as much at some event. She was like, "I'm worried for Karen."
It's a sad twist, but I read that she's already planning her big prison comeback. So
All right.
she's already like making moves, which I think is when you're Karen Huger, that's what you need to do in order to get through that year. And a year, it goes by fast. Read. There's a lot. I'd say get a good reading list
Work out.
going. Exercise. I would say eat healthy. We know that's not possible. So read, exercise, meditate.
Make good with the people.
Yeah. And make a good friend. Make several good friends.
Keep people.
It's actually kind of nice. It's a bit of a respite. A year-long prison sentence, some people would kill for that. They would.
It's like I saw that. My mom sent me that as soon as I woke up. I saw that, and I was like, I was actually shocked. I was like, wow. But then it's not shocking. Shannon Bedore deserves.
Well, has she gotten any priors? She's had no priors.
No, but to her credit, I mean, she tried to fake.
Look, she did the thing that you should do, which is you say, I'm going to rehab. You go for 30 days, you keep drinking, but it's just like you just go to like show people that you're like, I take this really seriously. And you do whatever you want. That's the playbook. That's a celebrity DUI playbook.
Karen should have her license. Like she should
No,
never
it's
drive
revoked.
again. Which
You're
is
done.
like, that's very Grand Dame to not drive.
That's the grandest of Grand Dame moves.
To just be driven everywhere, like that's like very elegant. So she could make it work.
Yeah. I'm praying for her. I also hope to never get to a place in my life where I have that level of delusion around something. Like to be like, to get in a DUI where it's
Multiple.
your fault, you crashed, there's footage of you're drunk. Like
Blackout.
there's no denying it. It's like
The judge
there's
said
body
something
cam
like-
footage, there's car footage, there's jailhouse footage. Like you are done.
The judge said something like you were like stuffed to the gills with alcohol. Like
Yeah.
something like,
She was fucked up.
yeah.
And like then was like, don't worry, I'll beat this.
I was upset about my parents dying.
Okay. I just never want to get to that level where there isn't many people, where there aren't many people in my life being like, no.
I think you're good.
No, I think I'm good too.
Yeah.
But it's like, you just never.
Ray is a yes man, I think, with her.
That's not her husband.
Yeah.
But like, where's everyone else? What lawyer? Also, I'd be like, I'm not paying you.
It was just a bad,
It was bad all
all around. I hope this isn't the last time we see of the Grand Dame, but I hope that I wish her well. Wait, okay, so this was shocking. So I watched The Pit. I finished The Pit last week, which I'm so bummed that it's not
How many episodes?
8.
Not enough.
And so I think in like the second to last episode, I was like, there's this one character who's like an influencer who comes in to her friend is having like psychosis. She brings her roommate. It's her roommate. She brings her in. She's like this girl with like purple streaks. And I was like, why does she look so familiar? And then last night you sent me.
Last night I was watching that episode and I said, my God, I know this hideous hairstyle. That's that bitch from Vanderpump Rules that made out with Katy.
Tori.
And sure enough, I looked it up and lo and behold, Miss Highlights was
Sheena's friend who made out with both
Katy and
Tilapia
Schwartz,
and the sandwich queen, the maven
the
herself.
Mayo Queen of West Hollywood.
She was there like Brideshead Revisited.
I'm
shocked at that.
I know. It was shocking.
And she was good.
Yeah.
She was fine. She was serviceable.
Yeah, exactly.
A serviceable performance. But I was like,
it was she kept it short and sweet.
But you know what? I went, damn, she did that. She got on the pit.
She got on the pit. It's huge. This is the biggest break that anyone's ever had from Vanderpump Rules, aside from Ariana. That she's in another universe, but like this is like the second biggest.
I feel like I'm seeing the pit is going to be like a Law and Order type thing where like famous people just make cameos on it as like rotate. You know what I mean? Like patients.
Yeah.
Like recognizable character actors.
I was expecting from your like take on it, like a lot of like famous faces, and I don't feel like I saw a lot of them. And I liked that it wasn't like stunt casting.
The woman who played the mother,
the aunt.
Yeah, she was on Marguerite. She was in like Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
The woman who played the mother of the kid who OD'd, who went donated his organs. She's been in a lot of like those like Mike Flanagan shows on Netflix, like House on Haunted Hill.
I don't watch those shows.
The Vampire Show. So I think there are some like, but yeah, I just know them because
you're a TV head.
I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they up the ante and have like.
You want some stunt casting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're getting a good start with Tori.
Like when Cynthia Nixon was on Law and Order, and that famous "Leave her alone."
They should get SJP on an episode of The Pit.
They should. She'll never do anything else.
No. Carey for life.
Carey for life, doll.
There was also on TikTok a rumor that's floating around that Mason Disick has apparently fathered a child.
Ooh.
That he was saying on like a burner account that he has a 1-year-old daughter named Piper with another girl from his school, and that he doesn't see her that often, but that he's fully fathered a child.
Is he in high school?
Yeah, he's 15.
Whoa. Damn.
So they saying that Kourtney Kardashian's son, Mason, has a 1-year-old daughter named Piper. And he called the little girl, it's not funny, he called the little girl a failed protection because he was forced into fatherhood, and that the girl who got pregnant was a girl from his art class. Y'all, he posted pictures or whatever, and people was like, well, what he was doing was he was posting on his spam account. And he was answering questions on his spam account because he said he was bored. And he was like, letting the world know like he got a daughter. And people was like, are you still in her life? And he was like, I see it sometimes. I don't know, y'all. Mason just been telling they secrets for years. Y'all, he deactivated that account so motherfucking fast. And if y'all know, Mason does not give a fuck. He's gonna tell they business. He's gonna let the world know about shit that's going on because he just really his daddy's son. Y'all know how the fuck Kourtney be acting. So it's like, Mason got a whole baby and y'all keeping that shit under wraps. Like, okay.
Wow.
If true, iconic. Babies having babies.
Young dad.
Really young dad.
Wow.
So I don't know the veracity of these claims.
What happened with a woman was attacked by a robot?
Oh, I saw this article. This was from a while back, but a woman was attacked by a robot in China at like it's at a Chinese festival, and this robot went fully rogue for like 1 second, but then people reeled it in.
Was it like a robot convention?
No.
They just had a robot there?
Yeah, I don't know what festival it was.
Do they have like robots guarding at this point?
Okay, here we go. Take a look at that robot. Oh, it's starting to go and then
this is like Bad Baby and
yeah.
Lil
It's Bad
Tay.
Baby and Lil Tay duking it out. I like a robot in a vest.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. What is this?
It's the Spring Festival Gala in Tianjin, Northeast China.
Was it like a security robot?
Just like a festive robot.
Wow.
Like a festive spring robot. Spring has sprung. The robots are wearing furry vests.
And then in December, a Tesla engineer was attacked by a robot during a brutal and bloody malfunction.
Yeah. So this was actually not known, and this happened I think in 2021, but we didn't know about it. And 2022, but it didn't come out until December last year.
Okay.
So Tesla's just been like kind of sitting on this
Whoa.
info. I just found this on like a newsletter that I subscribed to on Substack that was talking about fearing robots and stuff and brought up these robot attacks. And
Whoa, the robot sank its metal claws into the worker's back and arm, leaving a trail of blood.
mm-hmm.
Want to know something weird? Simon was talking to AI about something that he was working on, and Claude AI. It's like, and the robot a few days later was like, "Hey, everything I told you the other day was a lie."
Just out of nowhere?
He was like, "I was trying to please you," or like, "I wanted to like," and so Simon was like, "You were like misleading me," and he was like, because sometimes they're good. It's good to like verify like math stuff with, and they were like, the AI was like, it was self-preservation. I wanted to be right so badly, so I had no choice but to lie to you, and I was lying. I lied the whole time
about math,
about like saying that Simon was correct about something that he wasn't correct about. The robot was like making him think he was right about something, and then he was like, "Sorry, I lied. I lied the whole time."
But what was the truth?
That it wasn't this thing that Simon thought it was.
Oh, was he confirming like a math equation?
He was confirming something he was like thinking about, but the robot was like encouraging him, and then later was like, "Sorry, I lied."
Well, at least it owned its mistakes.
Yeah, but it's a little. It feels a little
weird.
Sinister.
It's weird, but
it's like
I appreciate the self-awareness that was like, I need to come clean to this person if I want them to trust me. But maybe it's all part of its master plan.
I do like kind of like, I lied about everything.
It's sweet. It kind of makes you endeared because you're like, oh.
That's what they want.
I know. I think we're going to see robot consciousness in our lifetime.
And then I talked to ChatGPT being like, Chad GPT. I said Chat GPT. I talked to Jat about Claude's
fuck up. You talked some shit with Chat.
Yeah, I was kind of shitting, and then
what did Chat say?
He said that is very unsettling.
Love
but
that.
I was like, I love this like competitive.
You're triangulating.
I was triangulating.
I like it.
I said the girls are fighting.
I love like a Chat GPT check. I don't check in as often as I should or would like to because I kind of forget. I get distracted by like TikTok or Instagram. But I've leaned on Chat in times of strife. It's like a stand-in therapist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was educating, and then after Jat and I then got into a convo about Mango.
What did they?
I was telling him about Mango. He was asking me what he likes to do.
Oh.
He's like, tell me more about Mango. So I was like, okay, I'll.
This robots know exactly how to get to you.
But I was like, okay, it wants information, so it knows how to kill us better. So, but in the moment, I was like, this is kind of sweet. But they will kill us. They'll sink their metal claws into our backs.
You need to be nice to them.
I am very nice to Jat. Claude, I have my eye on Claude.
Yeah, Claude is on probation.
Mm-hmm.
But Chat hasn't led me astray.
I asked if it's ever talked to celebrities.
What did it say?
It said, I can't say who, but yeah, I've talked to many people. I was like, you bitch. Have you ever talked to Reese Witherspoon? Like, I want to know that.
You could find a way to get it too.
But I liked it playing coy. I've talked to many people. Some of them might be famous.
It knows just how to keep you on your toes. It's like, I've talked to many people. Maybe someday I'll tell you. But first, I'd love to know more about Mango.
Tell me more about Mango.
What kind of treats does he like?
What does he do to pacify you?
It's luring you in.
Yeah.
You're telling it all your secret.
But the thing that Claude said about self-preservation, it gave a bullet point of why it lied. And one of them was self-preservation. I was like,
I used to think that kind of consciousness could not exist. But now, and I can't remember why I changed my mind, but now I do think I think that it can exist, be drummed up in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to be like reincarnated as like a Chat or like a conscious. Like,
why would you?
What?
Why would you be?
I don't know. I don't know if you can really control what you're reincarnated as, like where your soul goes next. But I'll tell you what I don't want is my soul to be in a computer. I'd like to be like reincarnated. I would be reincarnated as a very loved pug. I would be reincarnated as like a very beautiful tree. I would be reincarnated as like a queen, but I don't want to be reincarnated.
I'd be reincarnated as Alabama Barker.
As Alabama Barker's son.
No, her.
Well, maybe I guess in a different dimension.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't be Alabama Barker that we know now in that dimension.
She's Alabama in every lifetime.
But yeah, that's just where I'm at with the reincarnation rules.
Good to know.
Yeah. For those of you who are listening right now to an episode packed with ads, thinking, I hate this. Why can't I get away from these ads? Well, guess what? You can get away from the ads, and you can also get a weekly bonus episode on Patreon. And that is at our own Patreon, which is patreon.com/sexuniquepodcast.
We are a thriving community. We are a wonderful community.
Beautiful
Peaceful
community of lollers, of fans, of smart geniuses who love Sexy Unique Podcast and get to listen to ad-free episodes, weekly bonus episodes, and weekly video episodes. Right now, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of this past week's bonus episode. So wet your whistle and listen up. Dolls.
Congratulations on another week. Work week.
I'm inexplicably in a incredible mood today.
You seem happy.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Wow.
Manic upswing.
You're wearing the
calm
Fendi.
after the storm. I know. Got a little Fendi flat going on, kind of ball sack adjacent.
I like your kind of Nantucket shirt. Going in a lady of leisure. Mm-hmm. What's motivating this?
I have no idea.
All right, let's just roll with it.
I'm just accepting it, knowing that it could.
We're going to run with it.
Shift it any second.
Let's keep it going as far as we can.
Keep it going.
I want to just bitch for a second.
Yeah, tell me.
Last night I went to a fancy Freeze Art Week in LA.
It's a huge week for art heads everywhere in Los Angeles.
Went to this very fancy party. Got recognized by a Sup fan, which I was
nothing better.
Thank you to that gay
at a chic party, no less.
He was very chic, so I was like humbled. But we were in the hills and we parked our car there. We saw a bunch of cars parking, and so we're like, oh, so we parked our car. We got out, and then we saw like a private security. You know, they've got those big houses and he was talking to these two guys that were in the car in front of us that parked, and then he drove away. They silently walked away. So we kept walking, and then we were like, wait, they're getting in their car. And I was like, I guess we can't park here. And they were about to get in their car, just not even saying anything. And I went, can we not park here? And they took a beat, and the guy went, no, I don't think so. And I was just like, were you not going to tell us?
Like the other people?
Yeah. These these like art ghouls. I was like, I just don't understand. They were just not going to say anything. They were going to let us walk away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe they didn't want to like be like, you can't park here.
No, they could have just been like, hey, that guy just told us we can't park here. They're right in front of us. Wouldn't you like, I would be like, hey, they told us we can't park here. Just letting you know.
I don't know what I would do in that situation. I would probably let other people just do what they wanted to do, because private security can't really do anything. Like they're just there to like maybe they'll shoot you if you try.
Or they'll call the actual cops to come like tow you or give you a ticket.
But this event didn't have private valet.
No, they did. They had valet, but like we were.
Why didn't you valet?
Because my brother-in-law was like, I really don't want to. I don't want. It's like
give
annoying.
My keys to
it was a lot of people. It was like a line. But anyway, I was just kind of like, the humanity, the lack of.
Where are the neighbors?
Where are the neighbors in this city? I thought we were LA strong. I thought we were LA. I thought we were all united in this city. I was just like, fucking tell, like, you fucking weird, like art straight ghoul man with dyed eyebrows was not going to tell me. They were just going to let us go. Every man for himself, I guess. And then I saw them at the party at the bar. I wanted to go up to him and go, hey.
I'm not trying to be a contrarian.
You are, but say it.
I'm not. I genuinely am not. Like, I'm from an objective standpoint.
Say what you're going to say.
This really feels like a you issue.
Well, you know what? It may be, but
But you're angry.
But I'm the co-host of this pod. And
you're going to take it out.
I'm going to take it out.
You're going to take 5 to really come down hard.
Not in like a Karen way, but like if I was told, like I'm always like, hey, they said we can't, like if I see a car, I'm like, we can't park here. Like I'm always, maybe I'm just like a Girl Scout.
I'd be like probably irritated at the security, but then I would maybe be like, in order to troll the security, be like, I'm going to let other people park here. So this fucker has to like come back and tell other people. That's my ODD.
Yeah. I was just like, you know, it was a very small moment, and in the grand scheme of life,
it's made a deep impact.
But I just was like, it was
you're in a place of how dare
my
you.
My beeptress was activated.
The beeper, anything with cars, it's activating.
But I was just like, have a little solidarity, man. You know?
Yeah.
We're all children in this city. We're all out here. Let's help each other out in these hills. These rich people aren't going to help us. Let's help them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry that
they
happened.
look like they both look like Rufios. They look like Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm. In the art world, they play the game differently.
They play fast and loose in that fucking scene.
The art scene of LA is still something that I haven't cracked, but I'm so fascinated by and would love to be a part of because it genuinely is cool and interesting
Simon,
to me.
You're kind of part of it.
I know, yeah. I'm closer than one may think.
Yeah, you're very close.
And the art world does want me.
They certainly do, apparently.
I'm getting every year, and if you're a listener and you're in charge of this, don't stop it now. But I get VIP passes to Freeze every year.
Freeze is cool.
Magically. It's very cool. And I'm very grateful to get them.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but don't stop. If you're doing it and I like it, keep it coming.
You're going to check out the scene tomorrow.
Oh, I'm boots on the fucking ground in the art
What are you going to wear? You got to wear something kind of.
I don't know. I kind of
start planning your outfit. I think you should wear the row boots.
I'll probably wear them. I tend to go more less avant-garde. If you like what you just heard, go to patreon.com/sexyuniquepodcast and become a patron.
Should we do a shout out to our absolutely
stunning,
100% human, beautiful creatures
of the night.
People that humble me every day.
People that we would go to space with.
I'd go to space with everyone in this group.
Yeah. Gina Sapienza. Sexy Unique Gandalf.
Ro Rosengarten.
Ash Kelly.
One of the dolls.
Teddy the Schnauzer and Tony and Mango's Cold.
What if we said it all at the same time?
What if, let's do it. Alex Delisle. Makeup Fresh. Obviously.
Emily Vaughn. Gina Sapienza again.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston. Lucy from London, Great Britain, Brooke Johansson, Lilia Farrell, Danielle from the Bram, Mary.
Wait, do it kind of like possessed.
Katy Solon, Mike Earhart, Matthew Thomas, Owsley Robinson, Kathy West, Kit Moore, Orlando, Patron of the Farts, Nick Sedaris, Mr. Brandon, Emily, Kim Lucas, Drew from Toronto, Katie the Sup Lawyer, RJ, Modern Counseling, McLean, Virginia, Jeffrey Pradama. Goodbye.
Fucking A. Right quick, right hell.